Welcome to the Shine Marriage and Family Podcast. I'm Carrie Alderson. This is my wife, Selena Alderson. We're excited to have our friends join us today, Sean and Amy Randles. That's right. Yeah. So this episode's going to be fun. We don't have like a specific topic that we're going to be talking about, but we are going to use this as more of a get to know the Randles. And hopefully you can be encouraged by their marriage and their parenting. And they, like all of us, have things where they're like, oh my gosh, I want to pull my hair out right now at this stage. And then they have other things they're like, oh my gosh, that was brilliant that you guys did that. And you guys are awesome. And so they're fun. They're one of our favorite couples. And we're excited for you guys to, if you don't know them, to get to know them a little more. So thanks for joining us, guys.
Yep.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So the quick little background bio stuff. How many years you guys have been married, kids, ages, just real quick, like what you guys do for people that don't know.
Well, let me check my tattoo. 8/2/3/08. So
you got to do some math.
18 years.
We're pushing 18 years.
Yep. There we go.
Okay. 18 years. Love it. And 2 kids.
2 kids,
Ages,
2 girls, 4 and 10.
4 and 10. Great
Golden
stage.
ages.
Oh, so golden.
Sydney and Stella.
Well, and you'd think that the age gap you would think is, they're 5.5 years apart. You'd think, oh, these kids ain't going to fight. They're not like me and my brother were 2 years apart and we fought all the time.
Yeah.
They fight like worse than me and my brother. So
yeah.
I just can't believe
they're at that stage.
The age gap. You'd think, well, you're almost 11, Sydney. You should be more mature than that. And nah, it doesn't work like that.
No. They are lower down to the age. They just get sucked into it. So
it's like if it's too much, then, the older one can't be bothered from the little one, and the little one just wants to be with the older one.
All she wants to do is look at her sister's stuff.
Yes.
And that's all she wants to do. But it's like, warning, she's in my room. And it's like, wow,
yeah,
she just
in
wants to hang out with you.
Yeah.
She wants to touch your stuff. She wants to look at all your things.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah.
I know.
My kids call it rage baiting, though. When the younger one does something to infuriate the older one, rage baiting.
Oh,
that's the term. And the youngest is usually pretty good at the rage baiting.
Yeah.
So,
I swear it's like all the reels you see on Instagram of the second born. It's like, she is it.
the rage baiting.
Yes.
Okay, well, we'll come back to kids and family and all that stuff. Real quick though, how you guys met. I love this story. It's so funny to me. I love it. God has just done, Sean's story is incredible. And we've got that posted on like our Hunt the Lion stuff and our Hunt the Lion YouTube and Game Changers and all that stuff. Incredible testimony. Amazing backstory to that. But I want you to share a little bit on how you guys met, because I love this.
Yeah. About 2007.
It was November of 2007.
Yeah. I was working at a gas station up in Lake Oswego, and Amy come walking in.
I worked at the Applebee's across the street.
Yeah. And so I was there.
Sounds like a 90s movie.
Dude, this is...
I worked
totally
at Applebee's. I worked at a gas station.
This is
Applebee's and the gas.
Well, we were both working 2 jobs, and there's so much more backstory to get to that part. But just for we met at the gas station. I had been playing some Christian music. She walked in, heard that in a short form, and she was like, oh, that's cool. I like your music. And anyway, I said I was from Southern Oregon, and she's like, me too. And I was like, oh, wow, that's awesome. And she's like, yeah, I grew up at this church called Applegate Christian Fellowship. I was like, wow. So I pulled this John Corson devotional that I had on the counter behind me and showed it to her. I was like, check it out. I got John Corson's devotional. I'm reading it every day. And so instantly we were like connected. And that night too, I even told the guy I worked with, I was like, I just met a girl that I was going to marry. And she said the same thing to a girl at work. And I've never talked about that, ever even thought about marriage before that. But it was like, yep, instantly. I just knew. I was like,
we were both in a spot in our lives where we were just head down doing life and job. So it was not on the brain.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Then like it's from God, I wasn't obsessed with this. I wasn't trying to force this. All of a sudden just came out of nowhere. Yeah.
That's encouraging, because we have 2 boys in their 20s, and I'm pretty sure they're convinced that that's how it's going to happen for them. Like, God's going to drop these women out of the sky like a stork drops a baby, like they're just going to, boom, be there. But you have that story. So
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's so cool.
I mean,
People
it
are like,
could
"No
happen
way."
for them like that.
I know.
Yeah,
But
it could.
That's them. They have their head down. They're working.
Yeah.
They're plugged into church.
Yeah.
And so
We weren't looking
we
for
remind
it.
them. Yeah.
Totally.
well,
was
I
not.
went back the next night because I was like, I got to figure out a way to get this guy's number, or like, so I used church as like, well, we should go to Athey Creek. So if you need a ride, here's my number.
Yeah.
But basically, ever since that night, we just never stopped hanging out.
Wait, did you drive Sean to church?
did.
Yeah.
He rode and you
Dude.
drove.
Well, because you
okay,
know
that's
his
another
story.
topic for my guy.
I know. Well, you know his
different
story
topic.
about not having a license at the
Yes,
time.
yes,
so
yeah.
it
Yeah.
No
it's
car,
kind
no
of
driver's
just
license.
been a running theme in
And
our family.
He
That's
needed
like-
you.
Dude, you know when your wife's not after you for like your money or anything, because I didn't have any.
That's same.
I
same.
had a brand new Honda Civic, which
Yep.
was hilarious.
Yeah.
It's all laughable at
I remember this
point.
guy I worked with. He's like, "Bro, you're a gold digger. She's got this brand new car, and you've got this little gas-powered scooter getting around. It's just
That's
crazy."
funny.
Well, I
That's
just
funny.
heard that Daryl Strawberry story with Greg Laurie interviewed Daryl Strawberry,
Oh, I didn't catch it.
and he's like, "Yeah, my marriage, I brought in $3 million in debt and no driver's license." I was like, "Oh, I'm not so bad." See, Daryl Strawberry came with $3 million in debt.
Far worse. Far
So-
worse. That's great. That's great. All right. So actually, I'm thinking of something that I didn't even think of before. What is your guys' birth order? Only child. Your firstborn?
Second,
Second.
yeah, I have an older brother.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I haven't met him. Okay.
Yeah, Steve, he's
So
here.
second?
Oh yeah, Steve, he comes to the.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
And
Yep,
then
and does
so it's
coffee.
just the two of you though.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
he's the older one.
Okay. Sometimes birth order plays a huge role in like the dynamics of the marriage. So it's something that I'm
Okay.
usually fascinated with, especially when
Yes.
you're talking about kids and stuff. In your guys' situation, I don't know. Yeah. That's actually a good match, right? Firstborn and secondborn. Personality wise, that goes well. What they say is you don't want two firstborns together.
Oh,
They fight for control. You don't want two lastborns because nothing ever gets done. They spend all the money. They have all the fun. They never go to work. They never get anything done. So
yeah.
those are the dynamics. I'm always curious in marriages. So
We're two firstborns.
that's why we have so many problems. That must be it.
You guys are really though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
Selena's got a
my mom-
second-born personality.
my
though.
mom will say like you're much more fitting to a middle child personality, or
Yeah.
just like
That's definitely her. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were joking about, she never knows where her phone is. It's never charged. You couldn't, if I was in an emergency, I wouldn't call my wife first. I'd
Yep.
call Sean before I'd call my wife because she's not answering the
I'm
phone.
just like out picking flowers or something.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's great. You
Yeah.
know,
Or reading about brain research.
Yeah.
So, all right,
That's
18
funny.
years of marriage, 2 kids. Big question. How do you guys keep the fun in your marriage? Because you guys have a lot of fun. You laugh a lot together. That's really a lot. We tell couples all the time, obviously Jesus first, but the secret sauce after that is having fun together, laughter.
Yeah.
So how do you guys do that?
we laugh a lot?
Yeah.
Seriously.
I think that I'm probably just immature too. Sometimes I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I'm really immature, but I don't know. I think that he definitely keeps me more in the joking lane. Because there's times when I'm like, you really thought this was a time to joke? And I'm like, nah, he probably was right. Like, it's fine. And then it just is stupid. And he always does this stupid thing where if I'm mad, he'll just be like, just smile. And you're like, you just can't. I know you want to smile. And it's like,
Make it
Smiling
hurt
is my
too.
favorite.
it
Make it
makes,
hurt.
yeah, smiling is my favorite.
A fake smile, just press it for a couple minutes, and then it's like you just got to make it hurt and make those muscles hurt, and then it's like, oh, it just kind of changes you a little bit.
It does.
Yeah.
It's really
That's
lame.
crazy. They talk about like it takes less muscles to smile than
Yeah.
it does to
Yeah.
frown. Like that is a real thing.
You got to push those muscles and just like force
Yeah.
it if you're really mad.
Yeah.
But I mean, whatever. We communicate a lot throughout the day. And
Yeah.
it's a lot of memes or like texting all day long or a FaceTime. And so we're always kind of talking. So if I got off work, we've always been talking like the whole day. So when we get home, it's not like, oh, hey, how are you? We've already been talking the whole day.
There's
So
not a
it's
whole
like-
lot being unleashed, as
Right.
in like the kids are. I mean, he already knows
I already know
where
the kids.
we're at.
What's
Yes,
going on.
it's not a shock when he comes home.
Yep.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
Been hearing
Just-
it all day.
Yeah. One of my favorite things to do, Selena's a school counselor and she teaches classes at the school. So she can't really be on her phone that much. Like she'll
Oh,
have
yeah.
a lunch or a break or whatever. So one of my favorite things to do is just to text her all caps, bro, BRO. I'll just send that to her. Inevitably, I'll get a call or a text back. What?
What happened?
What was that? And then it'll usually be like, do we have any fresh sourdough? Or like just something. I love doing that too.
Oh, that's funny.
Right before I'm
Spam.
about to teach, and all these kids are coming in, and
I'll spam the reels or the memes just all day, and then she will not check them for a couple days, and then I'll actually sit her down at night and hold my phone in front of her face and show her all the things that she missed out on. So I know you guys like to spam the
offensive if
reels.
you haven't been watching the stuff I've sent you.
Mm-hmm.
Like you didn't react to that one. You didn't heart that or laugh at that. What's
Yeah.
wrong
Yeah,
with
she'll
you?
say that like, "Hey, dude, you didn't laugh at that one." I was like, "Well, I did laugh. I just didn't put the heart or the laughing."
I don't
face
actually
to the
care. I
meme."
just love to.
I actually laughed in reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I LOL'd.
So you guys, your kids are young, and phones and everything, social media, all that stuff, obviously not great. But I will say we're in that stage of life where we have 18, 21, and 24. And I tell parents, like, one of the funniest things is having the family group chat when your kids are like older. And our kids, like, they crack us up all the time. I'm sure your kids do too at a different level, right? So one of these days, your guys are going to have a family group chat with the four of you. And it'll be like 3 girls versus 1. Like, everybody, oh, dad this or dad that. Like, it's super funny. And then like the reels and the memes that like the kids send throughout the day that like mocks a different
I can
family
see
member.
it with you guys.
It's actually so fun.
Yeah.
And it brings the mood down like when you're having a heavy day or, you know, so
We
it's
roast
pretty
each
funny.
other.
Yeah. It's a
I
good
love
time.
that.
Yeah. So, and you guys probably have that with your parents too, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
Who's the funnier one in the group chat, Terry or Sharon? I can see your dad being funnier.
He is, but he's just, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, were you gonna ever text us back?
Oh
Like,
yeah, for
he's,
sure.
He's slow on that part too.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're not really. My mom's probably funnier
Is she?
actually because my
Okay.
dad sometimes just takes forever to respond.
Yeah.
Well, we
What
were in
about your
Arizona.
parents?
Oh, my
sorry.
parents. My dad's really fast at texting. He reads it like instantly and like
My
texts
dad
back.
sends
He
novels.
likes the funny.
My dad sends novels.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
My
Bro.
dad's the memester. He sends funny stuff on Instagram to us, and we're like, can't believe my dad just sent us that.
That's
Like,
funny.
And I that's crazy from compared to growing up with my dad, like breaking our bad CDs and music, and now he's like sending us stuff that I'm like, oh, my dad's like sending us like cool stuff, like
funny.
some
We're
Eminem
mature
rap
now.
beat
Oh,
video,
gosh.
like some meme video, and I was like,
Yeah.
that would have never happened when I was a kid.
Yes, exactly.
But when we were in Arizona last year with Terry and Sharon, it was funny because Terry got upset with his sister that lives down there. He's like,
Yeah.
why aren't they answering their phone right now? I know their phone's next to him, and he's like trying to get a hold of him. And then it was like the next day, I was like trying to text Terry or something, and I was like, I know Terry's got his phone next to him. What is he doing?
Yeah.
And then we started cracking up because we're making fun of him for doing the same thing he just did to them.
Yes, exactly.
It's
That
like,
is funny.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trolling dad. All right, we got a few questions. You guys can kind of pick out of the rest of these. Talking about family. For parents out there listening or couples, just like we get in these ruts where we're like, oh man, like I want to hear what other people are doing, you know? So talked about how to keep the fun in your marriage. So some other things maybe you guys could address: how to teach your kids healthy habits, whether that's spiritually or physically, nutritionally, whatever. Current maybe go-to family meal. For a while, we had some favorites that like we enjoyed doing, and it just kind of broke things up. And then fun things that you guys like to enjoy here locally with your family. So just to kind of help other marriages that might be looking for some inspo.
I feel like our go-to family meal, if we're out and about, is always In and Out. I feel like we live there.
So good. So
we have
quick,
some
so
friends
cheap.
that enjoy that place as well. So
yeah.
I feel like we're there a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like at home, if we're cooking, I feel like I love a good Mexican something. Like
Yeah.
Mexican food, just easy, and you can do it in so many different ways.
Whether it's quesadillas or
yeah.
tacos or something that maybe makes like a chicken.
Or a burrito bowl.
Yeah, burrito bowls we just had
Just
the other night. It's
all
like
the
the go-to
flavors.
would be like
Yeah.
a Mexican, totally, burrito bowls or something like that.
Mexican food makes you feel like you're having fun.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yes.
I know.
You feel like you're
Yes.
doing something
Other than if
fun.
you have like a roast with carrots and potatoes, you're just like, that's like,
Homestead.
dude.
That's childhood
For-
trauma.
That's my mom was like,
I love that though. That's
no,
good
roasts
stuff.
are good.
Spaghetti.
But that's like you're saying, the Mexican food always felt like, yeah, we're doing something.
We're doing
Nachos
something
or
fun
That's
right
so
now.
We're
true.
living.
a roast is like, oh, it's like a long winter night with the roast cooking, and you're like, dude.
Homestead, westward expansion on the prairie, nobody around.
Yeah.
Hey,
Cold night.
Yeah, that's my language right there.
I like it though. Yeah, Selena.
Us introverts,
They're
we like
good.
The roast.
The roasts are good, but like sometimes you got to live a little.
No, I know. Carrie said, I think you said a roast before on another
Love a
podcast.
roast,
You were talking about Selena made something good, and
Yeah.
but
I'm an
Well, so
introvert.
here's
What can I
here's
say?
a fun thing that we used to do too with our kids is we got a big wok bowl, and then we would get all the like the vegetables and the meat and stuff, and we would just gather around the kitchen island, and we just start cutting together, put some music on, talk, laugh, whatever, and then we just throw it all in, and then put some sauce in there or whatever, stir it up, and cook some rice. Really easy. Everybody can get involved. Everybody can have a job.
That's a great idea.
It's super fun. Yeah, and for
that
a
would
while,
probably be a good idea for us.
yeah, it's a fun, easy thing, and everybody can participate in. So little Stella can cut her carrots or something.
Well, because it's not.
She likes to right now with the peeler.
She
I'm
does.
like, ooh,
she
girl.
peels carrots, but
Yeah.
it's not always funny and laughing at home because there's the kids.
especially dinner time.
Dude,
I'm
dinner
also
time,
like, get out of my
the worst.
kitchen.
Yeah,
Mealtime for us right now, literally as a family, is probably the worst. That's where the most like that comes out, like stress and.
Uh-huh.
I
Well,
hear
it's
that a lot.
because she doesn't,
Jeez.
Stella, she doesn't love to eat like that. She doesn't, she wants to go do 8 somersaults before she comes back and takes another bite.
yeah.
It's like, what are you doing?
She wants to go do a couple
It's too
somersaults and
chaotic.
come back. We're like, she's like, I'm not hungry. My
She
stomach
seems like
hurts.
a little. We call that a grazer. She'll come
Oh.
graze.
Oh, that's what
Totally.
she, dude,
little
totally.
graze, and then so she's never like fully filled up or
No.
whatever.
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
I don't know how we stop it. Like, we don't have a good answer right now. It's like, do you sit there and be like, that's it, you're sitting down and you can't get up for hours? And
Seatbelt to the.
I just,
Because I know one
ratchet
day she's
strap her
going
to
to
the
eat.
seat.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
she eats when she's hungry, or like when she finally knows, like then she'll eat. You're like, she ate all that? Well, she was ready, I guess.
Our doctor told us they will eat when they're hungry, and don't fill them up on stuff that will prevent them from getting good nutrition. So we were just like, I mean, biologically, eventually they're gonna have to eat. Their body will say, you got to get some food.
But what happens if that's like right at bedtime then? And they didn't eat at dinner time, but they're like, oh, now I'm hungry.
That
Well-
And
happens.
it's 8
Yeah.
o'clock.
Human body can go 3 weeks without food. So
Yeah.
you can make it through the night.
You're
I'm
good.
sorry, you had a chance. This
Yep.
is how it is.
We
I
tell her
remember you
that,
telling
yeah.
them that.
We
I
tell them
know
that.
you'll be fine.
We tell every meal. We tell Stella that listen. You have to eat your dinner because you're not getting snacks before bed. Like we say that all the time.
You're not getting one thing. Yeah.
And she gets yogurt, like some
I feel
yogurt.
like you give her yogurt because I'm like,
before-
well, it
it's
has
not like-
protein in it at least. I don't know, but
So she likes her yogurt before bed if some, but she does eat. It just takes her a little bit.
I think that's a big problem for a lot of families.
Most
I hear
families
that a
can.
lot.
I know we're not alone. That's for sure. But
For sure.
it's definitely
I remember those days.
I feel
Yeah.
like if the main goal is food and that's the only thing, then it might be a struggle a lot more. But if the goal is like, this is just a sacred time of coming together, and whether that be eating with conversation when they're older, or like maybe a game or some coloring, or I don't know, like as long as everyone's just at the table during that time, just
It sounds like you guys want that too. Like you don't want her running around doing somersaults. You want her to just sit down at the table with you guys, whether she's eating
Yeah.
or not.
Yeah.
You guys have probably done this, but we used to do high-low buffalo or whatever. So we just go around the table. Everybody's going to get a chance to share the high point of their day, low point of their day, something silly that happened. And then it's less about just the food part, but more about the connection, you know? So, I mean, maybe you have like those cards in the middle of the table. Give her a job. Like, hey, you get to be the one that like picks the family question that we talk about tonight. Like, oh, you know,
Oh, that's a good idea.
if you're sitting at the table, like you could be the one that decides what we're going to talk about or something, you know? And
Gosh,
then
we
and
need
then the
that.
food part, like Selena said, that'll work itself out, you know?
yeah.
So,
we should do that. Something like that.
yeah.
Because we have an island that I stand and eat like
Yeah.
a lot, so we're actually pretty
but we're
bad.
but we're facing them.
Yeah, we're all
'cause they're
facing each
sitting
other.
right
Face to
across
face
from
is
us.
good, yeah.
So it's not like
Yeah.
we're just around the house.
Totally.
But
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
I'm not
good.
And if
Sit on
that's
the
what you
couch.
got to do during this,
we
time,
should sit at our table more, but I feel like it's just quick and easy.
Yeah.
But like Sydney sits and eats a full meal, and I'm like, how do you not see your sister sitting here?
Well, all
And
of
she
us
doesn't
do.
get up till she's done.
Yeah.
But then now we're
It could be that she doesn't want to do it because her sister is.
Probably.
You know?
maybe.
You're
Like,
not wrong.
I'm not going to be that right
Well,
there.
Now we're getting ready to go to Arizona, and when we get down to where at Terry and Sharon, they love a traditional table set every time, napkins out laps, and so it's so different from our house. We go down there, or when we eat with them,
Kids
Then
are
I-
like, what
Stella's-
is this?
Then we look like we're terrible parents because our
Stella's-
kids running them.
and they understand. They're like, Stella, and they try. they even try, and they're like, oh gosh, this is hard.
Yep.
Like Sydney's fine, but Stella's bouncing off the walls, and it's like, yeah, I don't know, man.
She's the little firecracker bringing the fun.
I'm like, my parents think I'm a terrible mom.
I know.
No.
It's funny though.
It's quite entertaining.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a Stella.
They do.
That's
Yep.
right. Yep.
They do.
Right, that's right. Yep.
All right, fun things you guys like to do locally with your family. You guys like have some like fun inspiration for other families looking for fun things.
Well, you've been with us a couple times down at the river.
Yes.
I feel like we like to
That's a
do
great
the
thing.
river
Yep.
thing
Yeah.
with friends.
That's a
bring
great thing.
food.
Yeah.
The kids do love to go to the kid zone, so that's our gym.
Yeah.
So
We go to the club a lot, and the kids, that's like their favorite thing, is to go to the kid zone. And I hear that a lot from older people in the community. Oh man, we grew up going to the club as kids, like Everett, Isabel, and like people, they tell us that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's cool. Like
The ball pits and the crawl tubes.
they love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And then we invite their friends. So then we all meet up, and then they all play together.
Mm-hmm.
And but the river is good. We do go down
Winter, take them to Kid Zone.
there. Yep.
Summer, go to the river.
Rivers.
What's cool about the river, nature, outdoors, and when we've been with you guys, it's amazing to me how easily entertained all the kids are. They're all throwing rocks in the water. They're discovering
they totally
things.
find things to do.
They're not fighting.
And there's not much to
fighting.
do,
Yeah.
but they find things to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll bring like a grill, and like we'll invite other friends, and then it's like we caught a fish, brought it up, cooked it on the grill as we were making like other food. But
Yeah.
it was cool
It's
to catch a
homeschool
fish.
also.
Yeah.
And then show the
Yeah.
kids how we cut the fish, and my kids they always want to see me cut a fish. They're like, Dad, let me watch. Like,
Yeah.
and then Sydney wants to poke its eye or whatever every time with a stick. Like, oh, can I poke it with an eye too, or poke it in the eye? Both of my kids, they've always wanted to poke the fish in the eye. This is what
That's kind of creepy, Sean.
So-
I ain't gonna lie.
I know. It's like
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
No, and when they're in science someday, when they're dissecting the frog, they're not going to be phased.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It's going to be fine.
I cut them on. Usually, if I bring them home and they're home, I cut them in the driveway, and they're like, Dad, did you bring one home so we can watch? Yeah. So then I'll cut it in the driveway. I'll get the eggs out, pull the eggs out if it's a female, and do all the stuff. And they're like, "Whoa, those are the eggs." Yep. And then I'm looking at all the organs because I'm just pulling everything out, and it's pretty clean the way I do it. But they love to watch that.
Yeah.
So
Love
hopefully they want to do it someday.
Yeah.
They don't have to, but
All right, last thing, the Shine podcast. So, how's your family living out Matthew 5:16, shining God's glory? I think I've seen different ways, maybe some of the things you've brought up just now. Or is there like a family verse that you guys are like, man, this is really what we're trying to be all about right now as the Fantastic Four, as the Randles?
Well, I think as far as the verse, the Matthew 5:16, I feel like our kids have seen us serving here for multiple years. I used to be the coordinator for MOPS, which is now MomCo.
Yeah.
And when Sydney was like 4 or 5, she was like, I want to be a coordinator because you coordinate MOPS and Daddy coordinates the gas. And I was like, and she loves coming here. Stella wasn't here yet, but she saw us here all the time. And both of them now, they see us in the kids wing. They see us on security, or him on security, and the Game Changer stuff and just all the things. So I feel like we're here at church and they know and they love coming. And I feel like that's at least trying to let them know, like, we shine our light here and we have our ministries.
That's awesome.
which is awesome.
But we did, Sean reminded me of a great verse, and
Oh, yeah.
you can share it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Colossians 3:13.
Mm-hmm.
And in the New Living Translation, it says, make allowance for each other's faults and forgive anyone who offends you. Remember, the Lord forgave you, so you must forgive others. So I think in our family, we have a lot of faults, and our kids are going to have a lot of faults, and we have a lot of faults.
Yeah.
So it's the more forgiveness and making allowance. I love the way that it says that in the New Living Translation. Make allowance for each other's faults.
Mhm.
So it's like we got to make allowance for our faults.
Yeah.
It's,
That's great.
you guys, everybody
Yeah.
understands that in a family
Patience
dynamic.
and forgiveness. Yeah.
Patience, man.
Super
Well, that
important.
goes against culture right now because culture just wants to cancel you when you make you can make the littlest mistake and you're just like, boom, done.
Yeah.
So I
That's
love
so
that
true.
that is
Yeah.
countercultural right now.
Yeah. Lots of grace and
Well,
mercy.
Stella, like a year ago, I had something and I was struggling with a little bit, and I was like, man. And Stella came into our computer room, and she had this box of dominoes, and she dropped them all over the floor. They came out the bottom, and it hit the hardwood.
It was really, really loud.
It was so loud, and she looked at me. She looked up at me like, I am busted. And then I was like, instead of like yelling at her, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like this, the whole domino mess. And I just was like, man, come here. I gave her a hug and I just said, hey, let Dad help you clean this up.
That's awesome.
And at that moment, I had been struggling with something with the Lord, and I'm like, and it was like he gave me a hug and was like, hey, let Dad help you clean this up. And I was like,
beautiful.
I literally started crying for like 5 minutes in my kitchen, like flooding tears. And I was like,
man.
It was like God's goodness with something that I was struggling with.
Yeah.
It was like he gave me a big hug. And you, Stella, with that fatherly love, was like, he's not mad at me. He was like, hey, I want to help you figure that out. I was like, oh, so I gave it up to him in that moment. And I was just like, so I just feel like with our kids, obviously there's other things that maybe when they're older and they're going to struggle with some stuff, there's different responses. But that was like the right response at that time for the Lord to show me that he's a big, gracious God. Give me a big hug.
Amen.
And he's like, let me help you.
That's so beautiful. Yeah. That's
So-
like we say the family is one of the ways that God demonstrates the gospel reality to the world. That's it right there. You demonstrated that for your family and Stella. It's beautiful. Awesome.
Everybody needs a Stella.
That's right.
That'll be the quote. We're going to call that.
Show us
This
all
episode will be called the Everybody Needs a Stella episode.
Well, and to the career part, I work for the natural gas company.
Yes. Yeah.
I've been there like 15 years, been working for the gas company for...
And you're a light there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm a project
You
coordinator.
get to share your faith
Yep.
and all the stuff you do with the jail and prison outreach is awesome. I love it.
My work is really cool. And then, so Amy, she'd worked and was a dental assistant and worked at a orthodontist office. So that was her last job in like 2013. So then she's just been the stay-at-home mom ever since then. And
She's a Sam now.
Dude, that's a lot of work. I'm just saying.
Dude.
I'm not even looking for brownie points
Bro,
here.
it is.
We know how much work it is.
Yeah.
It's like when the dads come home at the end of the day and their kids are irritating them within like the first 3 minutes, and I'm just over there in the corner like,
Yeah.
yeah,
He gets
She's
it now.
like, welcome
gets
to the
it.
show.
Yeah.
It's like, yep, welcome to the show.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
We love your family.
I love,
Well,
what do
thanks.
I call, anytime I see her shuttling around during the day, she's driving the Kardashian van is what I call it.
Kardashian van.
Kardashian van.
Well, last night I saw Jared and Kelly driving down the highway, and
Yeah.
I texted him and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" Kelly was driving Jared, and I was like,
No.
"Oh yeah, you
I
got
might
to
have
get
to
him
talk
on
to
that."
him. Oh no.
He was
I
in
think
the
it's
passenger
because
Why he
I
was
don't want to be in
driving.
an accident, and I'm like, I'm a better driver, so you
Oh,
should just
no.
get in the passenger seat.
All right.
And since we've been like first married, we've always like shared road trips and drove together. Where a lot of wives don't want to drive, and most of our friends are like that. But
Selena's the passenger princess in this house. I think you need to make Amy the passenger princess, man. All right.
When I get in the
I'm gonna have
passenger
somebody
now.
disciple you on this topic.
Yeah.
All right.
But let's be clear. I can drive.
Okay.
is she gonna take
Hey,
a
Selena's
next.
a great driver.
Hey, do I
Selena's a
need
great
to
driver.
remind you that
Selena's-
I towed a boat
Oh,
with a large
For a
suburban
youth
full
group.
of teenage girls 5 hours to Lake Billy Chinook
Through the mountains.
by
yeah.
myself.
that
Yes.
is actually that's
That
I
was
tough.
one
towed
of
a boat.
Oh,
Never
yeah.
done it
Good
before.
job.
Way
That
too
was
Did you
one
know
of the,
that?
No, I did
I
not
towed
know
a
that.
boat.
I'm really
Carrie's
impressed
never
now,
told us that
actually.
part.
I know.
This makes up for all
Dude.
the things I've
Screaming
heard.
teenagers.
Yes,
That's right.
this makes up for all the things.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
Because
Feel
I don't know a lot of
vindicated.
wives that would drive a boat.
Next
Right?
level.
That's
Amy's
youth
done
ministry.
a few. Amy's done it because we go to Portland and get some boats. She's done quite a few boats, so that's pretty good.
I did it for the fam, for
All
the
right,
youth
Carrie.
ministry
Props.
fam.
All right.
So when you get ready to go to Huntington, Selena's
right.
going to drive.
Maybe
a little
just
bit.
let her
Yeah.
drive for 15
Yeah,
minutes.
I know. That's right. Okay. Sometimes I got to grab a quick nap for sure. So
Definitely.
you guys, thank you so much for coming
Yep.
on.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
You guys blessed so many. We're so thankful for you guys.
Appreciate that.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you next time on Shine.